Tribalism has become embedded in the psyches of many Nigerians, where an average Nigerian sees himself more as first belonging to his ethnic cleavage before being a Nigerian. This state of mind is said to have affected the nation's development negatively. ITV News sought the opinions of Nigerians on the continued sentiments citizens attach to tribal differential.
Yes, it has. Because supposing I'm a chief executive of an organization and perhaps speaking a particular language, and in issues of the recruitment, and you know the major objective of any organization is to attain to the goals and objectives of the organization. But once I now remember that I'm from so tribe of this country, I packed all that are not qualified to work in my organization. One, that organization cannot achieve their goals and objectives, and it affects the entire nation as a whole.
It means disunity to me, because where people are so fond of a tribe, you understand, they tend to discriminate, and by so doing, they will not cohabit as human beings. So they tend to think this person is from this person, the other person, and even religiously, that is how people discriminate, which is not too good for our, existence, development.
Tribalism is one of the factors that's really putting us apart. We don't see ourselves as brothers and sisters. We see each other as a different entity altogether. But if we can really come together in Africa, we move ahead. Most particularly in our country, Nigeria, we need to set aside tribalism. This is Hausa, this is Igbo, this is Yoruba. We ought to come together to build this nation. Not building the nation, to give this nation a future that deserves to have.
Nepotism, tribalism has a lot of negative impact in our country, Nigeria, because Nigeria is a very diverse country. So if you try to please a certain, set of people, other people feel very bad. Anyone who have the interest of this country at heart should know that Nigeria is a very vast country and should try as much as possible to affect the life of everybody. What matters is Nigeria, not where you're coming from. Nigeria is one.
Respondents further call on the government to find means of enlightening and educating people on the negative impacts of tribalism.
It can be managed. It's a mindset thing. Everybody should just see the other person as his brother or his sister. You don't have to be so mindful of where that person comes from, you understand, and what religions he belongs. What religion does he practice, and this and that. We should just see ourselves as human beings. By so thinking, we'll be able to cohabit and develop, in unity.
Well, very simple. We have to really start the education from the home and from our place of worship, the church and the mosques as well. Okay? Enlighten the leaders in these various departments to take on this teaching of looking away from tribalism, coming together to be one, and seeing ourselves as the same father, the same mother, so that we can move ahead and really put things on ground for the coming generation.
We should go back to the normal slogans of no brother in government work. When you bring that and instill discipline, that even if the person is your brother, your sister, and is aired, you make appropriate sanction on the individual, definitely we shall go back to that path. So until we realize that government has a role to play in development by instilling discipline, irrespective of whether it's your brother or your relation, then we can go back to progress.
Making sure that every part of this country, got appointed in a federal. This federal character should apply in everything should apply in everything we are doing. That's the only way to affect every area of this nation.
For a nation to be fully developed, its citizens must set aside all sentiments, being it religious, ethnic, or tribal. Adama Yusuf, ITV News, Abuja.